So here we have the last of the Amethyst trio. So this is Amethyst Eclat. I ended up getting this. I I totally missed the bid for the smaller bottle on eBay that I had been watching, but I waited until Notino had this on special offer. So it was under £20 for this 100ml bottle. I think it was about 18, which is an insanely bargainous price for a Lalique perfume. So this is the box. Pretty cute. And this is actually the one that I was originally wanting to get before I got Amethyst and certainly before I got Exquise. This is a very pretty bottle, as you can see. I can never quite get the right lights for this particular bunch of perfumes, but let's try. There we go. That'll have to do. So this is quite famously the one that people describe as, smelling like a body mist, like a body spray. So I think this is not a particularly popular version of Amethyst. I think most people are like, this isn't as nice as the other one or a smell. But I mean, yeah, I can see it. I don't think it's as interesting. I do think it's got more of a basic smell about it. Now the very, very deep dry down of this still has that Amethyst DNA, in the same way that I think there are elements of the Exquise that have the same kind of DNA. However, they're, how to explain, they're kind of recognisable, but they feel like they serve different purposes. So the original Amethyst, I fully think, smells like a herbaceous, sharp, berried bar soap. You know, it smells like a really nice clean perfume you can wear on the daily. Like, it's really easy to wear daytime perfume. I think Exquise is a very sultry, sexy evening perfume. I'm sure there's some people who happily just wear that during the day, but there's something about the orchid in that one that's so musky that it's like full kind of femme fatale smell to me. And that's the one that I think of as the dark berry smell. Whereas Amethyst, I think, is like a everyday kind of fresh berries with the bush. This is more like a berry cordial. So this is like more of a summery smell, I think. Yeah, it's got a sharp summer berry smell about it. I'm just gonna respray it. This one's got a really nice sprayer. It's a very pretty bottle. You know, this one's more transparent. Although, as I said, like I find the original Amethyst to be a very transparent kind of berry smell, but it is also very, very soapy. Oh, I can taste this. Good grief. It's a very sharp berry. So the notes in this are top notes of raspberry, blackcurrant and pear, middle notes of peony, rose and magnolia, base notes of blackberry, musk and violet wood sorrel. It's definitely got a kind of crushed, sharp berry smell about it, and I think that the florals in this are making it sharper. I'm not sure this one smells particularly natural, and I'm not sure if that's because of the violet in it. I think maybe the violet's making it more kind of flowery, smell a bit more shampooey. This one's definitely a bit shampooey. It's got a sharp shampooey soapiness to it. So people have voted this as being blackberry, then raspberry, then peony, then blackcurrant. Yeah, that's about right. I think that's about right. I think you've got a very sharp blackcurrant, a very sharp raspberry, and then a kind of more musky blackberry with quite sharp florals. And it does get a little bit sweeter as it dries down, but this one, I'm not so keen on this one, to be honest. I think this is one I'd have liked quite a lot when I was younger, because it has that, I do like a sharp blackcurrant in perfumes, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, I can see why people have said that this one isn't as good. I think this one doesn't smell expensive, and I think the other two smell expensive. Yeah, this one's just a bit more basic, but I would also argue that if you like berry smells, but what you don't like is that most berry smells nowadays are so syrupy sweet that they just become cloying and they smell kind of like celeb scents, you know, that kind of thing. This one is more juicy, it's way tarter, it's sharper, but it does definitely have that shampooy vibe to it that I don't really like shampooy perfumes. I love soapy perfumes that smell like bar soaps, and I love that kind of body cream, body lotion, like bar soapy kind of version of these kind of berry smells. But I really struggle with shampoo kind of smells. So this one, it's not floating my boat. This isn't one that I want to keep. However, saying that, I feel like probably this is the summer version of Amethyst, and it might be totally different in warmer weather. So it might be one that I just hang on to for a bit, just purely because it might be worth trying it in summertime. But I've already got the other two and I plan to keep both of those, so I'm not really sure I need all three. However, really interesting to smell it. Again, I didn't spend much on this. It's not like a huge loss if I don't decide to keep it. But yeah, when you first spray it, it doesn't really smell like the other Amethyst, but the more it dries down, the more you get a little bit of the original Amethyst DNA, and I think that's the same with the Exquise. I think, you know, there are elements of the original Amethyst, but they do all smell like different perfumes. So yeah, in terms of flankers, they're pretty interesting, but this is the most basic of the three, is what I would say.